Midnight Romance by Minu.
Yep, up. There we go. That's loud. Okay.
Your mom's loud.
Why would you say that?
I don't know. If she's listening, she's not.
Hope to God not.
Maybe she's a fan. You don't want your mom to be a fan of your life's greatest work?
I'd love her to be a fan. I just know she wouldn't be. She would hate every second of this. Of this godless trash hour. Speaking of godless trash hours, HBO original programming about Sarah Palin and John McCain.
Who's that?
John McCain?
Sarah Palin.
Well, she was a vice presidential candidate of the Republican Party in the presidential race.
I thought the Republicans didn't allow women into power.
Well, you thought wrong. Because they became the party of girl bosses real fast in 2008. Or 2007, technically. So when Barack Obama was making his first historic stab at the White House, the only thing standing in his way was a little man named John McCain who couldn't raise his arms above his head.
He's a loser.
Hilariously.
He's a loser.
I don't care how
president.
fucking un-PC, whatever mean-spirited that is. The fact that when he raised his arms angrily, he couldn't raise them like over his shoulders always made me laugh.
I didn't know he couldn't. Was that like a real thing?
Yeah, it was part of his like injury from being a POW.
I'm so out of touch.
Oh, I don't think a lot of people know that.
I read the David Foster Wallace essay about the McCain campaign.
Up, Simba.
That's the one.
Yeah. It was fine. It was kind of like left a lot to be desired, I felt like, too, though.
It's been a while.
If I'm being truly honest about it. I mean, the best parts was just when he was like describing like the minutia of like being on the campaign bus and stuff. But like the political insights, as far as I remember, were pretty almost non-existent.
I agree.
And I'm a big fan of his writing, so I'm allowed to say that. Anyway, we're going to do our little commentary here. We're on the 0:05, so 5 seconds in. If you really want to play along.
The film we're watching?
Oh, right. The name of this is called Game Change.
No, it's Legally Blonde, starring Reese Witherspoon.
Game
the best
Change,
movie ever made.
Starring Julianne Moore as Sarah Palin. In a strangely accurate role, Ed Harris as John McCain.
Julianne Moore wishes she could be Reese Witherspoon. The best actress of our time.
You got some weird takes, man.
Thank you.
Julianne Moore is great. I think she actually does quite a good job in this. I have seen this before.
I have not.
Jason has not.
Because I think that Reese Witherspoon is the best actress in the planet, and I'm sad that I'm watching a movie without Reese Witherspoon.
Okay, when you hear the fapping sound later, that's Jason thinking about Reese Witherspoon. And
what? Why would you say such a cruel thing? Okay. Anywho.
I know you've... Oh, wait. I was going to make a jerk-off joke, but I couldn't remember the name of the movie. What's the name of the movie where she goes off into the wilderness? Did you see that one?
Legally Blonde?
God damn it.
Sweet Home Alabama.
No.
Cruel Intentions.
No.
I'm out of Reese Witherspoon movies.
You didn't see the one where she goes hiking?
I saw the one where she was upset at her... No, I don't even think that's her. Was she in the movie with Ben Affleck about the wife? About him cheating on his wife? That wasn't her, was it?
First of all, that could be any movie.
That was...
Second of all, I think you're probably wrong.
That was Ann Coulter. What was the fuck? What, Gone Girl? Not Gone Girl. Was it Gone Girl? Was that what I'm thinking
Do you think Reese Witherspoon was the girl in Gone Girl?
She was, right?
No.
Oh.
Does Rosamund Pike?
Oh, she looks just like Reese Witherspoon.
They're blonde.
They look just like Ann Coulter.
Yeah, so the same.
Amazing. All blonde people look the same.
Anyway, Jason's gonna jack off to Reese Witherspoon, and I'm gonna watch this movie and comment on it.
Ed Harris looks a lot like John McCain, by the way.
But he doesn't. He's like square jawed, pretty. I would say a handsome man, Ed Harris, even in his old age. But somehow they just like dye his hair, and like he kind of like places his face. He like smushes his face down to where he ends up looking like round-headed John McCain. It's kind of impressive, I gotta say.
Neat.
And Woody Harrelson is also in it as their evil piece of shit campaign manager or something like that.
I wish I could be one of those.
But let's hit play before we.
CJ,
Okay, on three, not after three. On three, 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Play tone should be on the screen right now. Anderson Cooper is interviewing Steve Schmidt, a.k.a. Woody Harrelson, on 60 Minutes. What's your take on Woody Harrelson? I think most people just think he's good, right?
I like him.
I like him too, but I don't think anyone feels strongly about Woody Harrelson. Is my point. Nobody's like, oh, I fucking love Woody Harrelson. Okay, this is a very thin John McCain. That's the other thing. Is Ed Harris is a very thin man. He's trying to look like he has paunch, but I think he refused to put like a pillow in his shirt, so he just looks too thin to be John McCain.
For some reason, I remember John McCain as being kind of thin. Is he not?
No, he was like a squat. He was a very like. I mean, he wasn't like a gigantically fat guy, but
I mean,
he wasn't rail thin like Ed Harris is. He was, what's the word? Stout. He's a very stout guy, like low center of gravity.
I feel like you're describing me.
You have body dysmorphia. See how he can't move his arms? Ed Harris did his research.
I really didn't know he had a problem with his arms.
He does. You'll notice it like when politicians like come out on the stage and like they do the triumphant like grab the other person's hand and raise their arm up like to the audience.
Yeah.
If you ever see John McCain try to do that, you can see he's like just unable to really do it normally.
I guess I'll never see that since he's dead. There's no
video footage of him anywhere.
There's no way to see dead people immortalized.
You need to call up Haley Joel Osment for that one. That's the worst joke I've ever made in my life. It's so bad that I think you don't even get it.
If I was ever a lawmaker, I'd make a law that all footage of someone dead had to be destroyed.
That's some real Maoist shit.
I think it sounds good. Just imagine you die no matter what level of celebrity or, maybe you never had a level of celebrity. Just all footage of you, all pictures destroyed.
What about writings?
Yeah, all of it.
So you just want to erase all of history.
Yeah, basically.
We only live in the present, basically.
I mean, history would be fine because people would tell it as stories the way humanity evolved.
So you wouldn't outlaw that then?
No, we could talk about
oral stories are okay?
Yeah. It would just force people to remember their ancestors.
Oh, look at this orgy this orgy of you were here, weren't you?
I was at that inauguration.
You were right here.
I was.
Let's look for you in the crowd.
It was one of the coldest days. That's not during the. I don't know if this is the inauguration. Is this the inauguration?
Oh wait, what? People of Berlin.
Yeah, this is not the inauguration.
All right.
The way I know it's not the inauguration is
didn't
because, like, when I was at Obama's inauguration, I remember it being one of the coldest fucking days ever, and all these people are in t-shirts, and trust me, that was not a t-shirt day.
So why are they showing this in the movie? This is okay. So this is supposed to be
during the election.
Why would he have gone to Germany as part of the campaign, though?
Lots of presidents do this sort of thing.
No, they don't. Do they?
Yeah, they.
Oh, they're so afraid of Obama. I guess they should have been, right?
He used to inspire me with so much hope. It's hard for me to explain how much hope Obama actually inspired me with back in 2007.
They're referencing Mao right now, by the way, which I just did earlier. Weird. They just called Obama a human ATM machine because he could raise so much money.
Not as much as Bernie.
That's true. Bernie did come along and break whatever record Obama had set with the individual donations.
And
I wonder why Obama was allowed to win and Bernie Sanders wasn't.
Who knows? I can't figure it out at all.
I wonder
if
it has something to do with like actual political convictions, not taking a ton of Goldman Sachs money.
The two politicians in my life to inspire me with hope have been Bernie and Obama, and only one of them's also like caused the same amount of dread as hope that I've felt for them.
Are you leaving out Nader and Howie Hawkins?
Oh, I did love Nader. And if
he's the bet, you're number one.
If you're allowed, well, I mean, I loved Nader, but I also
didn't feel hope.
I also knew that Nader wasn't going to win.
Yeah, I did actually convince myself that Bernie had a shot.
Twice. I thought, yes, exactly. I thought that he could win because it felt like this. It felt like this time.
It was actually more. They were. I don't know the numbers exactly, but like the same number of people, I would say, or more, were turning out to like Bernie events in the 2015 and in 2019. And oh wait, who was the one who shut everything down in 2020?
I don't know. John McCain.
Oh right, the dead man came back, and he told Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar and Elizabeth Warren all went to stay in and drop out just to fuck over Bernie Sanders. God damn it, John McCain. All right, so what are these fuckheads talking about? They're talking. They're worried. Oh, they were considering picking Joe Lieberman as his running mate, and they just said, "You can't pick a pro-choice Jewish guy."
Well, for a little history lesson, this is also at the same time that the Tea Party was becoming incredibly just a thing.
Not true.
No,
that was that was after Obama won.
I thought the
Tea Party didn't exist as the Tea Party till the 2010.
I thought they chose Sarah Palin because she was like one of the leaders of the Tea Party.
No, she became like a symbol of that later. But the whole Tea Party phenomenon, I swear, didn't start until after the election. That was the big racist reaction to Obama, was the Tea Party. And then it came to fruition in like 2010 midterms when the Tea Party took over the Republican Party. You might be right. Maybe but like the phenomenon of the Tea Party, like it wasn't. I don't think it was called that until after the election. It was definitely like the reaction to Obama.
Well, we're both kind of right. apparently the Koch brothers started funding the Tea Party in 93, but it didn't really become a thing until after this election.
They weren't called the Tea Party. There was nothing called, like nobody was like this
But
phenomenon of
the article
people.
I just read was that I did not read all of. The first mention of the Tea Party I saw was a 2006 article talking about the Koch brothers starting to seed money into something they wanted to disrupt politics. I did know the Koch brothers are heavily involved in it, but it was 2009 that the Tea Party actually formed.
Yeah.
But there was like seeding for it before then, and I think Palin was part of that. She was like already like...
Who's Palin?
Sarah and whatever. Palin, no. But she was chose because she was part of that fringe part of the right.
She became that. She was like a nobody governor. Nobody heard of her before this. I never did. No, she was chosen because she was the whole point. I mean, they're going to show it in this movie. The whole point of choosing her was see, look, they're talking about it right now. Women didn't like John McCain because he can't raise his arms, and women love men that can raise their arms up over their head. So they were like,
a lot about my
we
life.
need. So we need, and the other thing was they were like, they got a black guy. We got to match that somehow. What's the next most beaten down demographic of people? Women. It was purely like just demographic shit. Look what they're doing in this movie. They're ticking off all the boxes. They're literally ticking off boxes. Oh, she's too much of a hippie. Get rid of her. See, we're gonna see the moment when they find that sassy Alaskan governor. I don't know how Sarah Palin even became a governor, honestly. I don't remember what her story was like before her being a governor. She was a hockey mom. I'm a hockey mom. It's like a soccer mom, but in the northern areas. Here we go. She's way hotter than the real Sarah Palin. I'm just going to say that now.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. That was the other thing, was people really wanted to fuck Sarah Palin. That was part of the appeal.
Did they?
Yes.
Had no clue. Why?
I'm just saying Julianne Moore is more attractive, that's all. Just trying to give her credit where credit's due. Oh, right. Wow, what an amazing person. She gave birth to a baby that she knew had Down syndrome. They just said she's so pro-life. That's like the beginning of like a "your mama's so fat" joke. But like, she's so pro-life. Oh, the bridge to nowhere. Remember that? Remember that meme?
Is that like the wall?
Actually, I don't even remember. Was the bridge to nowhere something she did or something she was opposed to?
I'm not sure.
Because John McCain just said he opposed the bridge, which makes me think she was all for it. Yeah, it was like one of her dumbass things that she did. It was like, I don't remember what the bridge to nowhere was though now, other than a talking point. I think one thing's for sure, like, despite this movie's presentation, John McCain never liked Sarah Palin. He always hated her, and like he just like barely wanted to try to raise his non-raisable arms towards her.
Much like Obama always hated Biden until they solved a murder mystery.
Do you remember the comedian Greg Giraldo?
Sure.
He actually has a great. I think he's the one who made me realize that John McCain couldn't raise his arms over his head, because he has a great bit in one of his jokes about that, where he's like pretending, he's like, for whatever I don't remember what the content of the joke is, but it's just at some point he's pretending to be John McCain, and he's just like, it makes me so mad, and he like tries to raise his arms like as he's on stage, as I'm doing right now for the listeners. He's just like, it makes me so mad. I'd just like to shake my fists, but I can't raise my arms above my head.
I've always wanted to go to Alaska. The last bastion of American life.
It's just a cold Mississippi. Sorry. I know you're from the South, but I mean, you're not from Mississippi.
I'm not from Mississippi.
I can make fun of Mississippi, right?
Mississippi's very different.
That's
from
like,
Tennessee.
yeah.
It's hotter.
I know it's very different. I'm just...
There's bugs. There's bugs in Tennessee, I guess.
There's bugs everywhere.
There's not bugs everywhere.
Maybe less so in Alaska. I don't know. It looks pretty warm where they are right now. They're supposed to be in Alaska. But the appeal of Alaska is it's supposed to be like, I don't know, nice looking.
I've heard that.
But B, as we've talked about, you get paid just to live there.
That's true.
How much do you get paid?
I think it's like $10,000 a year.
Can't really live off that, but that's not bad. You could have just a shitty part-time job.
I'd be okay with an extra $10,000 a year.
I'm saying, like, I would move there if it meant I didn't have to work at all. And I mean, $10,000 a year. I've lived off of like almost close to that, honestly, at some points in my life. But depending on, I guess, on how much I'd have to pay for rent. Anyway, here we are at the movie with the campaign manager, Woody Harrelson, sitting down at Sarah Palin's house, and she's acting really serious. They're warning her about how ugly it's gonna get. She is truly an idiot. I think that's the main thing we're going to learn about Sarah Palin again. She's just not a smart person. So here she's comparing her
Alaskan race for governor.
Yeah, her gubernatorial Alaskan race to like being on the national stage. She thinks it's the same thing because she's an idiot.
It's not that
She
different.
does not. Man, remember when that was a thing that nobody talks about anymore? What's your position on stem cell research?
What is your position on stem cell
I
research?
say grab every fucking stem cell in the universe and research the shit out of it.
I just don't understand why they're taking so many stems away from the trees.
Jesus God Christ.
Why are we putting stems in cells?
I'm the daughter of a science teacher. My dad showed me fossils. Oh, she doesn't accept evolution, but it's intelligently designed evolution. God, this is such a fucking relic. This is a time capsule. Remember when those were like raging issues of the day? You don't hear about that in like mainstream discourse really at all anymore. Even though it still exists, like there still are idiots who are like, why would you say that I come from a monkey? And so on. Although the stem cell research thing, that has to have died down by now, right?
Not really.
Maybe
It's
it hasn't.
there.
It's just probably just not as...
It's not
just,
the biggest talking point.
It's just not a news story anymore, I guess.
They're about to get their way on all that.
I don't think Trump gives a fuck about stem cells.
Me either.
All right. That was the other... that was one of the things that, like, liberals thought was going to be the end of Sarah Palin. It was like, you hypocrite, your teenage daughter got pregnant. And, like, it just made the Tea Party people love her even more.
Well, she can't control what her daughter does.
Do you remember the daughter's boyfriend? He was like a real trash piece of shit.
Nope.
Oh, man. There was some funny shit about the Palins that came out, like, after all this. Like, you know, they got their, like...
I tried not to follow it. They got a TV show, right?
Yeah, they had a TV show, they did a reality show where like it showed them like hunting and stuff, and like I remember hearing that like it was, of course it's reality TV, it was all staged, but they like staged them like shooting a moose or something, and it was like this really cruel thing where like they weren't really hunting at all, like they just like found like some farm with like a moose on it, and like but no, the funnier stories were about like there was like a wedding or something, or some big family event, and like the redneck piece of shit boyfriend that knocked up the daughter, he was there, and like it basically a big fight broke out, like this big drunken redneck fight with the Palins broke out, and it became like a news story because like the police got involved, and I remember it just making me laugh when I heard about it. It was like people like literally, it was like a Jerry Springer thing, like people fucking taking off their shirts and like just squaring up on each other.
For whatever reason, I decided to ignore. In 2008, I made this conscious decision to ignore everything happening in the world.
Do you think I was seeking it out? The news just found me, man. But no, I hear what you're saying. You know, Julianne Moore is doing a good job, but the accent is so annoying.
Why is that?
But it's also the way that Sarah Palin really sounded. I don't know if that was her real voice or if it was like a put on. It's like the Fargo accent, you know? It's like the, oh, don't you know that fucking bullshit. Are they still supposed to be in Alaska? I didn't know it got that warm in Alaska.
It gets warm in Alaska, man.
I'm an idiot. I don't know. I didn't know it got that warm.
It can get warm in Alaska. They have really nice summers, from what I understand.
They're just wearing regular shirts.
Yeah, you can do that there. Promise.
It's so far north, though. It's got to be colder than that.
No, you can wear normal clothes in Alaska occasionally.
Bullshit. This is all Hollywood liberal garbage.
No, yes.
Why is Ed Harris so convincing as John McCain? I can't get over it. They don't look the same at all, but maybe it's just testament.
Actor?
Yeah, Ed Harris is just fucking awesome. I love Ed Harris. He's great. Did you see Mother? You said you don't really like Darren Aronofsky. Did you see Mother, though?
I've seen the Korean movie Oma. Is it related? Well, I feel like they are related.
The Korean movie is actually just called Mother, I think. Like the English word.
No, yes, I've seen it.
No, the Darren Aronofsky movie is really good, I think. A lot of people, I don't know, it's controversial for some reason. It's an art film.
I thought that somehow it was related to the Korean one.
No, not at all. They're completely different.
I don't know why I thought that.
Aronofsky.
No, I didn't see the Aronofsky movie.
Aronofsky has some like kind of obsession with like biblical allegories these days. He literally did the biblical story Noah, which was pretty.
I've heard mixed things about that movie.
I thought
never watched it.
I saw it in the theater for some reason. I don't know. It was whatever. It was something I will never really want to watch again. And there was some really
all these change signs makes me think. God, fuck. He's just saying the same things Trump says. The same old politics with the same old players and expecting the same results. What did Trump say? I'm going to drain the swamp. I'm going to get all these players out of Washington, yada, yada, yada. They all say the fucking same thing.
I agree. The difference that makes a difference also, though, is that Trump also said, like, all Mexicans are rapists and whatever and all that shit.
That's true.
Like, Obama was squeaky clean about all that stuff. Because he's
Harvard
smart.
Educated.
Trump is a moron.
Everyone knows Harvard's a better school than Penn.
Is that where Trump went?
I think so. Didn't he go there for his business degree or whatever?
I have no idea.
That
Where
doesn't
I
matter.
actually assumed that Trump just like didn't even go to college.
Oh no, he did, and I think there's
Or
like,
actually, I assumed he just went to one of the big private one, like Yale or Harvard or something.
yeah, that's a Penn's an Ivy.
Is it?
Yeah. Or University of Pennsylvania. I always get them confused. One of them's an
I mean,
It's an Ivy.
They would say what Penn State, right?
Not Penn State. Not Penn State. Sorry, the University of Pennsylvania is an Ivy.
Is
But yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have said Penn. University of Pennsylvania is the Ivy.
I didn't even know that.
I'm not sure if Trump went there.
I could
feel
probably
like he
name
did.
like 5 Ivy League schools, maybe. Brown.
I don't know if Brown's an Ivy League school.
I think Brown's considered Ivy League, isn't it?
I don't think it is. It might be.
I don't know.
Columbia. That's one.
Yeah, Columbia. I was going to say that next after Brown. I think
Dar-
Brown is.
Dartmouth's one.
Dartmouth.
That one always sounds cool to me, but it's because it has the word dark.
What?
It sounds like dark.
No, it sounds like Dart.
Dark.
Like the. You think it's.
Dark.
You think people go to Dartmouth University?
Yes. Don't they?
No. Anyway, you should watch Mother. It's a good movie. Whatever you think of Aronofsky.
And you should go to an
Aronofsky.
Ivy League school if you're
Yeah.
at that age where you're thinking about
I
universities.
am. I've already applied to Dartmouth.
Good. That's the best.
Oh, are they going to reenact the no ma'am, he's not a Muslim. He's a good man. Do you remember that? That was a big thing.
I do.
I think that's what they're about to reenact, maybe. There's that actress whose name I can never remember. She's in I feel like she's in lots of these kind of movies. I don't know why. That's the knocked up daughter. Or wait, no. I don't know which one it is. They look the same.
Yay.
All right. Let's imagine how different history would be if John McCain had somehow won this election.
A bit about the same.
I don't think. I mean, okay, the ultimate end results for people, the populace, yeah, but culturally and politically, do you think Obama would have tried again?
No.
I don't know. Maybe he would have. I think he probably wouldn't have. And then, God, who knows what the fuck would have happened?
No, he wouldn't have tried again.
Because it would be so humiliating
Yeah.
to have lost this one. I don't think we would be in the place that we are right now, though.
Could you imagine had Hillary been running against McCain?
Yeah, she probably would have lost. No, I think anyone who was running the Democratic ticket at this point in history would have won no matter what. They could have put a fucking empty chair,
They could have
which is
put
what
me.
Clint Eastwood would have called it anyway. Yeah, they could have put you there.
He's a Republican, right? Clint Eastwood? He seems like he's a Republican.
Of course he is.
I thought so.
You don't remember the empty chair monologue?
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
Oh, so you don't know what I'm talking about when I said empty chair.
Nope.
He was at the Republican convention. It must have been the 012 one where there was an empty chair on stage behind him. It was put there deliberately. And his whole thing was he was pretending that he was talking to Obama, who was this invisible man in the chair. But it was just it looked so insane. It was this old man rambling at an empty chair. And of course, he wasn't making any good points or anything either. He's fucking stupid Clint Eastwood.
Why have I never seen this?
I'm shocked you never heard about it. It was a big fucking cultural moment. You should. I mean, I don't know. You should see it. Just like watch like a couple seconds of it at least. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw like he was like, "Sir, sir, if I may." And it's just like it's that kind of way where like you say "sir," but you really mean "hey, asshole," but you're just using the word "sir." So the whole Palin brood is here.
It was just a simpler time. I can't decide.
It is still horrible. We all thought, I mean, the sky has been falling since like 2000, feels like, especially 2003, at least in my personal like engagement with politics. Like the ramp up to the Iraq war was like, it seemed like political apocalypse to me since 2003, at minimum, including at this point in history. I remember what I was doing during this point. This was when I was working at the private detective's office in Austin for a small family-run private detective slash what do you call it? Damn it. Process server business. That was most of their business, was like they would serve people with papers being like, "You're getting sued, fucker. You got to show up."
Oh, like that movie. There's a movie,
Pineapple Express.
That's the one.
Yeah. My friend Hup, he became a process server for the same company. I was just the guy at the office, like doing all the paperwork stuff. But he had a couple of interesting stories about being out in the field trying to like serve certain people that were like also trying to dodge getting served. But yeah, I remember listening to all this shit on the radio, and so when I was like doing all my boring paperwork, luckily this place would let me like listen to stuff like on headphones. And for some reason though, sometimes I would just put on the regular radio. And I had this like perverse interest in like listening to Rush Limbaugh.
I'm sorry. He's one of the worst people. Rush Limbaugh.
Limbaugh? Oh yeah.
I hate him.
Of course. I mean, I wasn't listening to it because I was like, "Oh, I think he's a good guy." No, I was like, I've never actually listened to this evil bastard. So I'm just gonna listen to it because it'll be interesting. It was more like an anthropological like study or something. But I listened to a bunch of Rush Limbaugh for like, I don't know, a couple of months, and it was during this election. And I remember hearing about Sarah Palin the first time on his radio show, and he was like fawning over her, just like, and he was like in a gross way too. He was like, "Oh, she's also so hot." But he was like, "This is gonna do it. This is what's gonna win us the election this year. Like they got this sassy, sexy lady." And like, I don't know. It's just so fucked up that there was even a time in my life where I can say I was listening to Rush Limbaugh regularly.
Hey, it's Office Space guy.
Oh yeah, Ron Livingston. For some reason, I know his name.
I'm bad with names, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, his name is Ann Coulter. Didn't you hear me?
The phones don't work where? Were there memes yet? Of course there were memes.
Yeah, but they weren't what they are now. I don't think.
They were just hidden.
I mean, I guess it was kind of
It was the dawn.
They just weren't what they are now.
From what I remember, Obama was the first candidate to really use the internet to its advantage.
Did you just see that ridiculous shot? They were fucking holding microphones up to him while he was taking a piss.
That happens to me so often.
That was like,
I didn't even process it.
But that was
how often
that
people
seems
are
so
holding microphones up to me while I'm taking a piss.
That's so out of place for this movie. It was like surreal.
Yeah.
Trig. Which one is Trig? Bristol. Yeah, they all have like They all have like fucking Zoomer names. All of her kids.
Because they're Zoomers.
Bristolin and Trigon and Palin. How the flip did this happen?
I bet she said fuck in real life.
No, the screenwriters are probably like, I bet she would say flip even off mic, because that's what a... It's like kind of the problem with some of these political movies where they're written, I guess, ostensibly from the left, but like they try to like humanize these people that we like naturally hate, like for good reason. Like W, the movie we almost watched today.
Like Bombshells.
It's way too much fucking humanizing of say George W. Bush.
Did you watch that one Bombshells?
I did. That was the same director as this movie, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. Jay Roach? I don't know. I read about all these fucking political movies today, trying to decide which one to do, and I think, yeah, Bombshells was actually good, I thought.
But it did that same trap of humanizing people that don't need to be humanized.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. And the other problem is, like, when you get these really good actors, like, you put, like, your sort of affection for the actor, like, into the character. Like, I think that's my problem with Ed Harris being John McCain, is I like Ed Harris, but I fucking hate John McCain.
What, you didn't like
and
John McCain?
It just confuses my brain. No, I wasn't the biggest fan.
Oh, that's surprising. Not really.
Well, this next thing is going to blow your mind. Clickbait. I also not a big fan of Sarah Palin.
No way.
And she just said Senator McCain, like, and then, yeah, he was a senator at the time, so that whatever, that makes sense. This reminds me of something that annoys me. Is when most recent example of this was when I re-watched or re-listened to a little bit of the horrible Bernie Sanders and Biden one-on-one debate. And when they keep addressing Biden as Vice President Biden, I know it's just was agreed upon, I guess, to call people, but like, what happened to calling people like former president? Like, isn't that what we normally do? So then, like, it seems like they're like almost like giving him too much respect to be like Vice President Biden. It's like, you were not fucking Vice President.
Biden?
Like, yeah, I'm saying, like, no, he's not. Like, you just call him Mr. Biden.
I think they always keep the title. I'm not sure.
Well, I think that's fucking stupid because it gives them gravitas that they don't deserve. And I feel like when they talk about people, maybe not to their faces, but like just generally, like if you're talking about Bill Clinton now, you wouldn't be like, President Clinton today said blah blah blah. But apparently
you wouldn't, but the news.
No, they wouldn't though. Even in the fucking news, they wouldn't. They would at the most they'd be like former President Bill Clinton. Because if you say president, that sounds exactly like you're talking about right now in real time.
Luckily, America doesn't have a president in real time.
What?
Huh? I mean, I thought most people refused to call Trump president. I do.
Oh, right. 45. Cheeto. Sentient Cheeto.
I like to call him Sasha Bo.
Go ahead, dude. Do your
Wait, no, I was just
teach people how to count to 10 in Korean.
Han, du, set, net, delsa, yosa, ahab. Wait, no.
You fucked it up.
I always fuck it up. The other ones are easier. E-G, ni.
What?
Oh, wait, that's Japanese. Fuck. Uno, dos, tres.
Eins, zwei, vier, fünf, sechs, sieben, acht.
Sexy man?
Shit. I just forgot what 9 is in German. Even though I know 9 means no. Haha. Victory's in sight, she says. This is where she's like, this is where she seals her fate as a celebrity. She milked this for a good while, I think. She had like a bunch of, they had the reality show, and then she was some sort of Fox News, whatever, piece of shit. She had some job with Fox News for a while. But I don't think we've heard anything from her certainly not since Trump got elected. As far as I know. There's probably some like minor, I don't know, Fox News story or something somewhere.
Why did they make this movie again?
That's the other thing, is this movie was so unnecessary. Like, this came out 2000. Okay, I was reading about all these political movies that we might, do a commentary on, and all of them came out in election years. All of them. Yeah, all of them. They either came out in 2008.
Was she one of Charlie Wilson's girls?
No.
Was that her internship?
She's too young, I guess, for that even. Probably.
Young or old?
I think she would have been like a teenager then, which
I think that's what Charlie Wilson was into.
Yeah, probably. But I don't think she could have worked in his office. Anyway, let's never speak of Charlie Wilson again. That was such a horrible movie experience.
I don't know. It moved me, man. So does David Foster Wallace make an appearance in this movie?
Yeah, you'll see him. Jason Segel. He'll be there.
I guess How I Met Your Mother came out this year. Was that a 2008 show? I don't remember.
Fuck that show.
That's where I guess that's not where Jason Segel got his start. Jason Segel got his start with all those other Canadians, all Freaks and Geeks. I know where Jason Segel started.
Yep, Freaks and Geeks.
Started with that Judd Apatow TV show. Judd Apatow, he always knows how to really.
Do you see what's going on here? She has like a fucking Down syndrome contingent because of her choosing to have a child with Down syndrome, and people are fucking moved by it.
Yeah, they would be. Why wouldn't they be?
Because it's so cynical and gross and fucked up.
I mean, she wants to make sure that people with Down syndrome are gonna get help.
Whatever. She's what's for real about her? She likes to shoot wolves from a fucking helicopter.
I like to do that too.
Shut the fuck up.
I've actually never shot a gun. As odd as that they sound. Have you ever shot a gun? I've never shot a gun.
I've shot a .22.
Not counting BB guns. I've shot BB guns. That's the biggest gun I've shot.
Definitely doesn't count.
Or maybe a paintball gun.
Super soakers don't count either.
I've never shot a gun. My entire life. I've shot a potato cannon. I made a potato cannon once.
Those got some power behind them. Um,
I got hit by a potato once, shot by a potato cannon, and it
seems
sucked.
it would hurt. I guess it depends on how well it was made, how big the potato is.
Not my favorite way to.
Was it in Idaho or was it sweet? Was it a yam?
I don't know. I don't remember. I was young.
So now they're saying she's weak on foreign policy. This is gonna be an important part of the saga of Palin. Is basically they're gradually so she just gave this big speech where people loved her, right? But here's where they start to realize she's a fucking idiot who can't take on like Katie Couric in an interview, which is gonna happen. Ooh, Diet Dr. Pepper, nice.
That looks delicious to me.
I have shot a gun. It was at a Christian Bible camp.
Of course. Where else would you shoot guns? God loved guns.
In the UP. Do you know what I mean by the UP?
Nope.
Upper Michigan. Or not upper, just not upper. The Upper Peninsula.
Okay.
Which is, that detached part of Michigan that grows off of the top of Wisconsin.
Nope. Didn't know that.
Oh, it's a part of the country you used to live in. Most people forget about the UP. It looks like it's Canada if like the map isn't colored in right. But yeah, I shot I think it was like a 22, and the most memorable thing about it though was at the shooting range at this Christian Bible camp. The target was
Jesus.
No.
I thought the target of Christianity was Jesus.
It is in a way, but not this way. No, it was a two-dimensional, like, I don't know, like whatever, some kind of flat metal thing cut out silhouette of the devil.
Of course.
And yeah, I think I nailed it a few times. And I remember the guy who was in charge of the guns was a real like weird old man who he had a bear skull that he kept on his desk. And
bear skull?
Yeah. And its jaw was all fucked up. And he told me and like my dad, my brother, a story of like the bear skull. And I chose to believe it was true. I mean, he could have easily been fucking with us, but like he said he was like in the forest one day and he was like down in a hole for some reason, like I don't know, doing something like and he had like a hatchet. He was like chopping away at something and he was like in this hole. And like suddenly there's a fucking bear behind him and like he had to like fight a bear one-on-one.
Of course he did. And
he said he killed a bear with a hatchet.
Of course.
Like hacked its fucking head up. And I'm 1,000% sure that that's not true, but I believed it as a kid.
I ate a bear once.
A whole bear?
No, just
in one sitting?
Just a bit of bear meat. And I thought, this tastes like meat.
Oh, how would you compare it to the whale that you ate?
The whale was much better.
Really?
Much, much better.
I heard whale meat's just not very good, but
I liked it.
Apparently it's not true.
Just 3 wars.
Oh wait, they're trying. This is flipping awesome. They're trying to get her up to speed on like what's going on in the world. She seems to be unaware that there's a war called the Afghanistan War and the Iraq War. But she thinks it's flipping awesome. This is tearing my family apart. They warned you about this, Sarah. They told you this shit was going to happen. And you said, Oh, gee, oh, golly, I survived the primaries in Alaska. No sympathy for this dumbass. Do you remember her book? How popular her book was?
Nope.
It was called Going Rogue. That's all I remember about it, is that it looked stupid and it was called Going Rogue. And she sold probably millions of copies of it. Her. Do you know her? Do you recognize her? I can't remember her name, though. She's in a lot of stuff.
I've seen her before.
I like her.
I think she's in a Sam Raimi horror movie I like that a lot of people don't like.
Drag Me to Hell?
Yes, that's the one.
I thought everybody loved that movie.
I love it. Well, I've heard from random people that it's terrible, but I think it's like one of the best horror movies made in the past like 20 years. I don't really know when it was made.
I've actually still never seen it, but my understanding was that that anybody who had any good taste in movies seemed to really like that movie.
Oh yeah, it's a good movie. I think it came out a little bit after like the torture style horror movies that people fucking love, like that I fucking hate, like Saw or whatever.
It was around that time.
And it's not that type of movie.
She was also in that American Horror Story.
Oh yeah,
Is that what it's
TV show?
called?
I haven't seen that.
She's
show.
in one of them.
Is she in Drag Me to Hell?
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, okay. I mean,
I've meant to watch it for a while, but
do think all blondes look the same.
She's actually usually not blonde, just in this movie.
I love Drag Me to Hell, and I would 100% say it's better than this movie.
How dare you, sir? Have you no shame?
No offense to Woody Harrelson. I'm sure he's doing the best job he can with the material he's given.
This part's kind of funny. They're asking her if she understands the difference between Afghanistan and Iraq.
Do you?
And she doesn't. She can't say anything.
Do you, Joshua? Understand?
Yes, there are different countries in America.
In America?
That attacked America.
That's true.
But she, oh God, she's got all these little note cards. No, but she said, like, as a rhetorical question, they were like, who attacked us on 9/11? And actually, you know what? I'll be fair to Sarah Palin here. I get why she would say, are you sure it wasn't Saddam Hussein? Because, I mean, look, this is what, 2007? What was the Bush administration telling everybody, still at this time? The reason we're in Iraq is because, well, I guess it was weapons of mass destruction, but they did try to connect Iraq directly to 9/11.
Are you saying Iraq didn't
I
do
bet
9/11?
See, I bet lots of people, idiots,
Are you calling me an idiot?
maybe like you, still think to this day that Iraq was. They probably think Saddam Hussein personally drove the fucking planes into the building. Somehow he piloted both of them at the same time.
I remember living in a world where my birthday came a day earlier. My birthday is September 20th. And before 2001, there was no such thing as a September 11th. And we just go September 10th, 12th. And my birthday was always one day earlier. And that was beautiful.
Better times.
Ever since they added that extra day to the year. This was terrible. I think I have to stop watching this movie. I need to cry.
Okay. This is where she does her most famous thing. You must know this one. I can see Russia from my house.
Of course.
Okay. Well, what do you mean, of course? You didn't know the other shit. Ooh, damn it. Oh. So, fuck SNL. SNL had Trump on as a guest host in 2015.
Yes.
Or 2016, maybe even. And they also had the real Sarah Palin come on as a way of, they were trying to like
apologize.
Yeah, basically like apologize to her somehow. And like they had her come on and like she like got to say something sassy to the whoever the fucking host was. I don't think Tina Fey was. Tina Fey might have been on. I don't even remember.
Oddly, she seems more capable than Trump to me.
Tina Fey?
No. Well, yes, Tina Fey. Sarah Palin. And Tina Fey. Tina Fey seems more
I think they both are just as ignorant about like matters that people should know about if they're going to be politicians. But Sarah Palin just cares. She would, if she got the job, she would care more about what people think and what her handlers tell her, which we see right here. Although actually part of this movie's like narrative is that she eventually shrugs everybody off and is like, I'm going to do things my own way. I'm going rogue. And I'm going to write a book, a best-selling book called I'm Going Rogue. Which is like Trump's whole MO, is just not giving a shit about anybody. That's the main thing that separates him from anybody else. It's nothing to do with like how stupid he is. He's fucking stupid. It's just how little he cares. He's a fucking nihilist. These men are nihilists, Donnie. They believe in nothing. Julianne Moore is really disappearing into this role, though.
Oh, it's true.
She really is embodying Sarah Palin pretty well, I have to say. I keep kind of forgetting that it's her and that it's not actually Sarah Palin. That was how I felt when I saw the movie the first time, too. So they're making reference to another sort of infamous interview that she ends up doing, the Katie Couric interview, which I believe is the one where they ask her what kind of newspapers and magazines she reads, and she like can't name a single newspaper or magazine. Hey, remember how great these times were, Jason? The 2008 financial crisis?
Sure.
That's what's going down now in the
best times of my life. Best times in America.
See, it's a big fucking deal. To quote my favorite man in the world, Joe Biden, this is a big fucking deal. What? I don't even understand the logic of that. Ooh, John McCain just said fucking.
Meh. Her look.
Two-sentence response to the economic crisis. Can I tape my fat down in an Alaskan way? God damn it. You've got to do Couric.
How much did she fuck this up?
The interview?
Obviously, they're going to that, right?
Yeah, they're gonna.
I kind of remember her fucking it up. I put so much of this out of my small little rodent brain. Jesus. It's like going back in time and realizing things were never good. Things have always been bad. I know this intrinsically, but sometimes I forget. Sometimes I think, well, things are okay then.
And this is why we watch the cinema, to remind us about how things are always bad.
I mean, that's not why I read books. I always suggest fantasy books during the recommendations because
We forgot to do that.
I want to live in fantasy.
Well, I suggest you read a little book called Going Rogue by Sarah Palin. It'll show you the truth.
Is it a fantasy novel about a thief?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. It was
such a good idea.
It was.
And then it wasn't. This is the big line that I remember. Enough with these gotcha questions, Katie. Don't ask me what newspapers I read. All of them? There's no way the guy actually said something like that. Oh, maybe. I don't know. Roe v. Wade. Brown versus Board of Education. She was
They-
uniquely stupid.
They didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, that's true. Trump could name a fucking magazine or a newspaper, though, for God's sakes.
Sure. He's probably owned one or two in his life.
I mean, the equivalent is when they asked Trump about his favorite part of the Bible, and he's like, all of them. Or I don't know what he said. He said something even dumber than that. He was just like, what's your favorite book of the Bible? And he's like, I don't need to answer that. I like the Bible. But that's because again, I'm not praising the guy, but like he just steamrolls people. He doesn't give a shit. Someone like Palin has like some human impulse in her where she like panics, doesn't know how to answer stuff, cares what people think of her. I don't know. Trump obviously cares what people think of him, but like not in a normal way that normal people do. Like he wants people to love him, but not at like the expense of, I don't know, his own ego or whatever. Here comes she threw the phone. There was a trailer line where she's like, I am not your puppet.
She just said
Yeah,
that.
I guess she said it right before I was paying attention. This Jim Beam and this Coke Zero, sometimes the right balance, has like a cinnamon flavor. It's nice. I noticed it yesterday. That pillow looks like the carpet in The Shining.
It does.
Is it intentional? Just like in Midsummer?
Maybe.
No, I think that's actually coincidence. This is also very Trumpian. You know, Trump watches every like Saturday Night Live episode and just like fumes at it. I think
Yes.
that's established as like reality.
Trump watches a lot of TV, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's his thing. That's his job. He gets paid to watch TV and then come out and do like takes on it. He's like a fucking YouTuber at like the highest level. He's like, I saw the TV today. It was about me. It pissed me off. I have no Trump impersonation. Sorry, folks. Sorry, anyone who's possibly listening to this, watching along in this dumb HBO movie. Man, he looks so much like fucking John McCain. I can't get over it. He's got the body language down so well. The arms. The fucking stiff arms. Katie. He's calling her Katie. He was like beloved by like both sides of the aisle, which is all the more reason
Didn't
to
he
hate that
become
fucker.
even more beloved
When he died?
after he died? After
Yeah.
he lost, even
Yeah,
because
yeah.
of Trump.
But even before he ran, like he would like go on the Daily Show and stuff, and like the thing about him was like people like Jon Stewart and whatever, like even Colbert probably, who used to be good, actually good back
But
then.
he was like the
But they were always like, John McCain's the one good one. Like he's the good one. He's the one good Republican. Like,
last moderate Republican.
yeah, he's moderate. Like he's willing to like be reasonable, whatever. Like, and the thing was, he fucking was not. He was just as monstrous as anybody else. He just like knew how to like play the game a little bit better. He was a little more like civil, like in conversation. But like all of his like legislation, everything he ever did was fucking terrible. He was also like a, what would you call it? A trophy husband. He married into wealth.
Really?
Yeah, his wife was like some like heiress to some huge fortune. Like that's how they. That was one of the things that I remember. He like it became an issue. It was like he had like 7 or 8 houses that him and his wife
Poor
owned
kid.
together. And I don't remember. I don't know. Some like just like it was like some sort of like, oh, what a hypocrite, because he said something about like another politician, maybe even about Obama, like being in it for the money or something, and then people pointed out like, Senator, you have like 8 houses all around the country, and this is your net worth. And he just like sidestepped it. Woody Harrelson's a big activist lib. I wonder if he's telling everybody to vote right now.
Probably.
He's like a real environmental guy. He did some recent thing. He was like narrating, or maybe even more than narrating, some sort of like climate change thing. Like, but he was like, he was actually being really honest about how like dire climate change is, which is what I found like kind of weirdly refreshing about it. He was like, I had given up, like I'm sure a lot of you have, on the idea that anything could be done about this. But come on, guys, we got to try something. He's a big weed head, too. I remember some friend of a friend or something, like, I think saw him at like a cafe or something in like Montreal, or some super liberal place in Canada where like pot is basically legal at the time. I don't remember what the story was. I think it was either a friend of mine like played a game of chess with Woody Harrelson while smoking a big spliff,
That's awesome.
or they just like saw him smoking weed while playing chess, something like that,
I want to play chess.
and smoke weed with Woody Harrelson.
I mean, I would do all of those things.
One of those 3 or all 3.
Chess seems to be the most attainable one for me.
I think so.
Not with Woody Harrelson, but chess is the most attainable of any of this.
Yeah, you could just play chess online or by yourself.
I used to really like chess. I would go out late at night and I'd play chess at Waffle House with my friends. God, what a much simpler time.
One of my biggest dumb guy admissions is I can never retain the rules to chess, and therefore I've just never really played it.
Interesting. I really loved it.
I mean, I probably learned it like 3 times when I was a kid, and then I just like stopped relearning it after a certain point because I was like sick of relearning the rules.
Okay.
And then it just became this like this closed loop of me being like embarrassed that I didn't know how to play it, and then just never learning it again. I mean,
It happens.
I'm sure I could learn it if I really felt like it. I just anytime I've had people like even offer to be like, oh, I'll show you the rules again. It's not that hard, and I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to. I don't know. Weight loss. Ooh. Take that, hockey mom. Helicopter wolf shooter mom.
He's making things worse. This type of talk makes things worse for a narcissist. I know this.
Do you think he's trying to make it better, though? Oh,
Yes.
he is, in a weird way.
He's trying to make it better.
He thinks the tough love is going to work. It's
It
not.
doesn't work.
Definitely going to backfire. Wait, what? Reagan said that trees were a cause of pollution? What? What? Because they emit carbon dioxide?
That's what cows.
Wait, no,
do.
they don't. What the fuck am I talking about? They fucking make
recycle carbon
oxygen.
dioxide.
Jesus. What does he mean trees cause pollution?
They cause pollution.
Why
dude.
did that just confuse me into saying the most retarded thing I've ever said in my life? Trees emit carbon dioxide.
I'm glad that only true fans listen to our movie reviews, listen-throughs, commentaries.
This is a film commentary, sir.
They could,
A very serious
they
one.
could only realize how educated we are.
Hey, I know all about trees making oxygen. I rewatched that One Strange Rock show. That episode is so great about how the earth creates oxygen. It's really cool. I'll explain it to you later someday when you're older.
Thank you.
I think McCain was also one of these guys, quite like Newt Gingrich, who maybe I'm just thinking of Newt Gingrich, but I want to say McCain also, like, his previous wife to his current wife was like died some horrible like terminal illness death, and he like was like already like on to the next wife before she died. I think.
Oh, really?
I might be speaking ill of the dead, but I know Newt Gingrich did that for sure, but I think McCain did the same thing. I mean, Newt Gingrich was even worse. He was just like fucking around on his wife while she was like, damn it, I want to look it up, but I can't right now. Anyway, fuck John McCain, fuck Newt Gingrich, fuck Sarah Palin, fuck all these people, fuck these actors too. Woody Harrelson's okay, I guess. That is movie dialogue and only movie dialogue. Nobody speaks like that in real life.
You.
Let me lay out what all of her kids are doing for you right now in one sentence, just so we can get that expository information out of the way.
Yeah.
Why is she still wearing that fucking hockey jersey?
That's all she wears.
Todd. My husband, Todd.
What I don't understand is why does the mayor of Alaska wear a Colorado hockey
Did
jersey?
you say the mayor of Alaska?
Yes. The governor of Alaska. Why does she only wear?
It took you too long to correct.
But why is she supporting Colorado? As far as I know, Colorado is not a city in Alaska.
Why does the mayor of Alaska... Did you ever see Neil Hamburger?
No.
You don't know Neil Hamburger?
Nope.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. Just seek him out. I saw him live on a whim once, like a million years ago. And he's like a great, like, I don't know. I'm kind of surprised you don't know him, actually. It's this, like, fake comedic persona of this really funny guy. I actually had him yell at me to shut the fuck up once because I was really drunk and I was like trying to like be one of those guys in the stand-up comedy audience who is like, I'm gonna be funny too. I don't know.
You shouldn't do that, man.
I don't think it was like quite. I don't remember exactly what I said. I think I just yelled out one thing, like trying to like play off whatever he was saying. And yeah, he was just like, shut the fuck up. But yeah, Neil Hamburger rules. And I bring it up because he would start most of his jokes with, why? And then he would like ask some rhetorical question, part of the joke. Sarah Palin looking fit. She looks so much like Sarah Palin. It's fucking unnerving. She keeps saying flippin' throughout the movie, also. Delivery's not here yet?
So, trying to figure out.
That's kind of shocking. It's taking a while. It's been like almost an hour and a half.
They're like 20 minutes late.
Weird.
Stuck.
I mean, they would have called.
Yeah, they always call if they're lost.
And they do often get lost at my place.
Yeah, they get lost at my place a lot too. We're talking about having food delivered to the place. But, oh, speaking of a call, 1 second.
There it is.
Oh, hello, yeah, I'm coming outside.
Hockey jersey, mom. Still another hockey jersey. This must be a real detail, though, that some insider leaked. Haha. They just applauded because she said Ahmadinejad correctly. I wish they would show the... Maybe they will. I don't think they do, though, in this movie. The debate with Biden. I'm almost positive they don't show it, because I would remember somebody pretending to be Biden. Oh, right. She did say that. Oh, Biden. See, the thing is, though, is that Biden himself would refer to himself and Obama as "Oh Biden" like soon after this, because his brain started leaking out of his ears.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We might get to see a more lucid Biden than you expect. We're doing the debates soon, and I know everyone's down on his mental facilities, but maybe he's going to impress us.
Only if he gets the finest Breaking Bad blue meth. And even then, I think Trump is going to bully him into a meltdown.
My dream scenario is they get in a fist fight.
Biden would try that because he thinks he's a tough guy in some fantasy like Alzheimer's version of himself. But Trump is such a fucking... Trump would never fight anybody with fists ever. Ever. I can't even picture it.
Wasn't Trump on a boxing team in university or something? Or am I making that up?
That sounds like something someone might have lied about. It's hard to picture him like moving his arms like at all. Anyway, the debates. I think we should try to like, if we can manage it time wise, I think we should like do a commentary on the debates. Or at the very least, we're gonna talk. I mean, we're gonna talk about them regardless, I'm sure. But
I'd like to watch them, talk about them.
I mean, it'd be cool if we could even do it like live. Maybe stream it on your Twitch.
Sure. Or we can make a Heat Death Pod Twitch.
We could do that too. I'm also just thinking, like, whenever it airs, like, what time will it be here? It'll be like in the morning or something. So to actually do it live. Actually, no, because it's going to be next week, right?
I think so.
And that's when we've got like most of the week off. We could maybe do it. We'll try to figure it
Depending
out.
on days. I'm gonna do a long bicycle ride on Thursday that could last till Friday. But it depends on day. Because I would like to watch the debates too.
I think maybe it's like Tuesday.
Okay.
That's working.
Oh.
You're gonna get a bad review. Oh shit, they are showing the debate. I guess I did. I think I watched this when it came out. So that was when
or the debate.
that was when I didn't the movie. I don't think I watched. I watched some of the debate when it happened because I just remember like hating Sarah Palin so much. Whoa, they were using real footage. So they're just using real footage and then a guy in a wig. Okay. That's why it was not memorable, because they don't have a guy pretending to be Biden. This was when Biden still had a brain. He also had a brain in the 4 years after this, when he took on what's his name? Paul Ryan. He fucking schooled Paul Ryan on something.
Did he?
Yeah, it was just like, but it was like a fucking softball, like nothing. But like you just see the difference in the way that you can see the difference in the way that Biden spoke like 2 years ago compared to now. It's like a totally different person.
I like to think that he's just more enlightened now.
Yeah, government warning. Government warning. It looks so different.
That's not Biden.
It is.
Oh, that's an actor, man.
They probably won't show it here, but one of the things that these two agreed on was gay marriage. Remember how these days, recently, they try to say Biden's a big friend of the gays? Well, he wasn't in 2008. Look at these fucking vultures, these horrible human beings. They're clapping that she's ignoring the issue of healthcare by pivoting into tax hikes. They're all fucking smirking and loving it. You know, I keep thinking Woody Harrelson is John McCain. They look kind of... If you just put a wig on him, he could basically be doing the Harris role. What? God, what a sad, pathetic mush the history of politics is, if that's true.
They just hadn't seen the Hillary Trump debate yet.
You know, I didn't see a second of those debates, and
I did. I watched all of them.
all I heard was that Trump was like hovering around her personal space, and that was like pissing people off.
Kind of pissed me off.
Was he really doing that? Was he like Biden, like sniffing her hair and stuff?
Not that badly, but yeah. He was making himself big.
So he was just like peacocking around the stage.
Yeah.
That's funny though.
I mean, that's what performers do.
Yeah, it's
and
funny.
He's a performer.
So is Hillary Clinton. She just doesn't perform. She was like, "Wait, this isn't the kind of performance we do." He's like, "Yeah, honey,
it is now.
You think this is ballet? This is tap." That's like the only difference. He's like, he's tap dancing while she's doing ballet. They're still just dancing like fucking idiots.
Hmm?
And Donald Trump is a catty gay man in his heart, so he would say something like, "Yeah, honey, this ain't no ballet." Oh, this fucking cool. Did that guy die? Is he dead?
No.
He should be dead. He's not around. Like nobody. Can't remember him like commenting at anything.
No, he's like a big part of the Christian network now.
Sure, you're not thinking of
Pat Buchanan, right?
Yeah, but he looks a lot like that Christian network guy.
No, but I think Pat Buchanan's actually became part of that network.
Oh, it's fitting. He looks just like that other Pat Robertson. Yeah,
I'm not sure. I could just be fusing them as one person in my head. Now that you mention it,
but Buchanan, like, I can't even remember the last time I saw him like say any. That's why I assume he's dead.
I doubt he's dead.
Maybe just nobody wants to talk to him now.
Those people never die.
I don't know. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died. She's the same, right?
In ways.
Yeah, it is kind of true. Like, I mean, George H.W. Bush finally died, but my God, it took so long. It took so long. Did Barbara Bush die yet? Is she dead?
No.
She's still alive?
I think so.
Fucking shit. She's got to be like 100.
I'm sometimes sad that Bush original had to die with a man like Trump making fun of him. Just because Bush in his prime would have just had Trump killed.
You mean HW?
Yeah.
Yeah, the CIA.
CIA leader Bush.
Here's a little trick we learned in CIA. That's a great Simpsons episode. Two bad neighbors bar. They're two bad neighbors. Hello, Homer. My name's Gerald Ford. Do you like football? Yes, Mr. Ford. Do you like nachos? Yes, Mr. Ford.
So I might have missed stuff in the movie, but I feel like Sarah Palin starts doing a good job because instead of like trying to teach her, they just start giving her lines to memorize. So what's happening?
That's what they say in the trailer, but I think she's like on the downswing at this point.
Okay.
I mean, Woody Harrelson looks pretty pissed off still. I think this is where she's just going off the leash completely. She's like, I'll do what I want to do. I'm a hockey mom. But before that, like, I think the training for the debate was when they were like, okay, she's an idiot, but she's pretty good at like playing pretend. So we just got to feed her the right lines and then she'll be fine. But like now she's not even taking the lines. Like she's let the fame go to her head a bit. And she's just an idiot. Troopergate. I remember that. I don't really remember what it was about, but there was a thing called Troopergate. He checked the wrong box. He was a member for 7 years. This is what fucking liberals want to see, though. This is like the shit that they tune in for. This is where everyone's jerking off. They're like, Woody Harrelson's character is like the surrogate for everything we want to say to Sarah Palin. Like, you're wrong. Your husband is an idiot. You suck. Everything you're saying is wrong and a lie. And now she's unleashed. Now she's gone rogue.
If they want to say these things, all they have to do is work for a Republican campaign. Do you think anyone would survive in the Trump campaign talking to Trump the way that man just talked to Palin?
Michael Palin from
Sarah. Talking to Sarah that way.
From Monty Python?
Something like that.
Wait, no, his name's not even Palin. It's Palin.
Her name is Palin. Sarah Palin.
No, it's not. No, and no. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Trump fires any. If Trump fired Steve Bannon for I don't even know why.
Can you blame him?
Well, a little bit. Like
people were starting to say that Steve Bannon was the true power behind the Trump empire.
Because he was. He's got him elected, basically.
No. Trump's awful. But people don't give him enough credit for just how evilly genius he is.
I guess so. Oh, shit.
Nah, man.
Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it, Steve.
Nah. McCain and his blind trust in, his running mate.
He doesn't trust her. He knows it's all fucked up. I think he knows that it's over at this point. Oh, right. Remember this shit? God damn America!
Yeah.
That was so stupid. What a non-fucking story. Wait, what are they talking about now? We're supposed to believe here that John McCain was hesitant to to do this. Bullshit. Oh, remember Bill Ayers too? Also has nothing to do with reality. Look, fuck Obama, but come on, guys. You got nothing here. Oh right, yeah. Palling around with terrorists. That was the line. God, it seems like 20 years ago, because it well, no, it wasn't almost. It was 12 years ago, but he's a socialist.
What did Bill Ayers do?
He was in the Weather Underground. But he didn't even throw any bombs. He's just he's like a typical liberal professor, college professor. I guess he was a radical in the sense that he was in the Weather Underground, but in the 60s, who fucking cares? They were just, it worked. It kind of worked a little bit. They still lost, of course, but A lot of people were like using that Palin around with terrorist thing. Bill Ayers.
They made a
The thing is that they weren't even friends. Like
this-
they barely knew each other.
this created a movement. What Palin or Palin Sarah Palin and
Sarah Palin around with terrorists.
and Matt Cain do in this movie. This created it. This created the narrative that started to rip America apart.
He's a Muslim socialist. This is John McCain having a conscience.
That's the worry on McCain's face.
Doesn't give a shit. Like he suddenly realized then. Oh, wait, the people that I'm trying to get votes from are racist pieces of shit. I just realized that now, even though I'm a 78-year-old man who's been in politics for fucking 55 years. I just realized my base is a bunch of ignorant racist assholes. This is the part of the movie that pisses me off. This was the reenactment. This is exactly how it happened. I remember this. Yeah, he's an Arab. No, ma'am. And this was the type of shit that the Daily Show was fucking creaming their jeans over. It was like, look it. People were loving this, though. Like, the fact that he's not an Arab, he's a good man. Like,
I remember that.
Of course, I know what he's trying to say, but, like, it just sounds like doubly racist, doubly fucked up.
Does it?
Yes! It's not even like he was saying, like, he's a Muslim, which is, like, an idea, which is, like, a belief system. She was just like, he's an Arab. No, he's not an Arab, ma'am. He's not an Arab. He's actually a good man, not an Arab.
So you mean McCain sounds racist?
Yeah, because he's just. I'm saying he shouldn't have got like a pat on the head from liberals, and they did. They were like, well, as much as I love Obama and I hate McCain, like at least McCain had the decency to tell that racist woman that Obama is not an Arab. Rather, he's a good man. It's like, do you even hear yourself talk?
I might be on like the level with McCain here of being like, I think he replied properly. Just because I feel like there's some people who would have really leaned into it, like current politicians.
I know, but that's such a low bar, man. Like what he should have said is. Actually, I mean, in the heat of the moment, I get why he said what he said, but like. Because he knows what she means. What she means is he's a terrorist, not he's an Arab.
Yeah.
Like they're just using the words interchangeably.
People still do that.
But like the fact that he couldn't like be more nuanced in his response. But like what you're saying, like the low bar is, yeah, other like today the average Republican candidate would have been like, yes, ma'am, I agree with your worries about Obama. And like they would have pivoted, right? They would have been like,
I think Trump. Trump would have leaned right into it and encouraged it.
But I think even Trump wouldn't have been like, yes, he is an Arab. He would have been like, yeah, I don't like Obama. Obama is bad. He just would have like kind of gone on this like
his last name is Hussein.
Middle name, but yeah.
Well, yeah, that's last middle, right? His last name is
okay, but even the fact that Trump would have leaned into it, it doesn't make. What I'm angry about is that Jon Stewart, if I remember right, and I'm pretty sure I do, was like still kissing McCain's ass, like, oh, what a gracious, good guy. Like,
well, McCain showed he could be level-headed about certain things.
It's not level-headed. He's just being like a halfway, quarter of the way, like decent person, and barely. Like, if anything, he was just like trying to be like, I don't want to be associated with this kind of racist shit. Because at the time, it wasn't as winning of a position. If McCain was running for president now, he would fucking lean into it. Guy's no principles, man. Fuck his dead, stupid brain cancer ass. Fuck John McCain. That's what I'm trying to say. And fuck his stupid daughter, Meghan McCain. God, she's the worst.
But I thought he was the last gunslinger. The last, man of principle in Congress.
Nope. Piece of shit. That was the other thing, was people jerking off about him, making that one vote. That was, big vote. It was, his last vote. I don't remember what it was about, but it was they were acting like he was there to fucking save the union. It's oh, he even came out of his brain surgery treatment just to make this one vital vote. And it didn't mean anything. It was fucking symbolic. Is he drinking just straight vodka? I didn't know McCain was a boozer.
Wasn't his last vote when he came out to, I wanted to say it was for, Medicare for all stuff right after Trump got elected, but I'm not sure.
Medicare for all?
When they were trying to veto it right when Trump was not veto, but...
You mean Affordable Care Act?
Nay. Yes, Affordable Care Act, sorry.
Please don't confuse the two.
They're very different. I know the difference. I'm just...
Yeah, that was the other thing.
I'm
Who
drinking.
gives a shit? He's fucking... Yeah, it probably was about that. And, liberals are just losing their mind over, oh, beautiful John McCain came out of brain cancer treatment. They were going to do shit to the fucking Affordable Care Act.
We tried for a minute.
They did, but they weren't going to win. John McCain didn't single-handedly save it with his one vote. It was all fucking theater.
You haven't seen that other John McCain movie, Swing Vote?
Should we watch that one next? Maybe I'll do solo commentary on that piece of shit looking movie. That's not the reason they lost.
That was part of it.
Obama was going to win no matter what.
The bigger part of it
After 8 years of Bush, there was no way a Republican was going to win. No fucking way. Especially at the financial crisis that just happened. I think they could have put like I said already, they could have put an empty chair and it would have won against McCain no matter what. Especially, it would have been even worse if he had picked a fucking dud like Lieberman.
But why do I feel like after 4 years of Trump and a pandemic and a bigger financial crisis and I don't know, complete decline of American status in the world, I believe that Trump has a better chance than Biden. When, honestly, I think the world is in a worse state than when Bush had never raised.
It is. It definitely is. But politics is different. I mean, it's different now. And look who's running against Trump. The worst possible pick in all possible worlds. A empty chair would be better than Biden right now. And I'm still 50-50 on it. I see it going either way. I'm not going to make any bet. It does remind me, though, I owe you 4 beers because the debates are happening, and I said they wouldn't.
I knew they would.
Although I'm not paying up until I actually see that debate on stage.
It's cool. I have it from a very good source that it's not going to be a debate. It's going to be a push-up contest.
This source is your fantasy.
No, I'm part of the push-up Illuminati. We get all the information about future push-up contest.
Oh, so they've lost, of course. And Sarah Palin still wants to give a speech. I love how pissed off he is at her.
That seems racist.
No, he's just like, you're an idiot, lady. You think people want to hear you talk right now? This is the speech that made me cry, even though I knew Obama was corrupt at this point. I still cried when he fucking won on this night.
You knew it quicker than me. I didn't know he was corrupt by this point. It took me about 2 years after he was elected.
You just didn't hear the news. I think I heard it on maybe like, it might have been on with a fucking like conservative radio I was listening to at the time for whatever reason. But they just...
But how could you trust it? It was conservative radio.
No, because they played like a sound clip of Obama like saying like, I'm not going to take any big money. And then it was like another sound clip of him being like, well, you know, now that we're in the big game, I guess I got to take big money. It's like so obvious. And then actually I think I remember exactly where I was when I heard that on the radio, and it wasn't when I was at work when I would have been listening to Rush Limbaugh. It was when I was at home listening to some other radio, I guess. Anyway, it was news. It wasn't like it was like quiet. Like, I mean, but people just ignored it. Like, it didn't make a big deal out of it because what the fuck? Do you want John McCain to win? Do you want Sarah Palin to win?
Does she end up giving the speech anyways?
You'd think that's what's going to happen, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't.
Remember.
No, I mean, even if she did, you would have forgotten because Obama was giving his speech. I think it was in Chicago, actually, when he won. That was the other thing. It was like, I was living in Texas at the time, but I was like, they were like in Grant Park, which is where I saw Radiohead play. Maybe that's why I cried. I was just thinking about the time I saw Radiohead in high school. I don't know. I also remember having like drunk like 2 big like liter bottles of wine the night of the election, and
I was terribly drunk on a front porch of a dilapidated house that was like kind of like sinking into the ground because that's where I lived at the time. Loved it. It's a beautiful house. Lived there with some of my favorite people.
I was alone in my shit apartment after a day of working at the private detective's office. That huge flag behind him just makes me think of the Patton speech. Yeah, he was so like conciliatory as well here. Like, didn't fucking matter though, because what happened after this?
Even in that moment where he's like, "Don't fall in with Rush Limbaugh and those other people. You'll become one of the people that's going to ruin our Republican Party."
And they're like, "Fuck you! We're gonna make the Tea Party because the Koch brothers gave us money to, and because we're racist, and because we have insane conservative principles. So fuck off, McCain." They don't give a shit. That's what people need to understand about these fucking chuds, is they don't think the same way as other people. They don't care about the hypocrisy. And so it's so funny right now going on about the Supreme Court shit. Is like all people can say is, well, isn't Mitch McConnell such a hypocrite? Because
wait, are they cheering for Sarah to talk?
I think they're just cheering her name because they want to bang her tits. I don't know. No, they don't really want to listen to her talk. bit like this, like Mitch McConnell. He's when Obama wanted to nominate a new justice during the election year, he didn't want to do it, and we didn't do it. So why is he being different now? Well, because he's ruthless and he wants to fucking win. You fucking fake bastards.
There was nothing stopping Obama from just pushing it through.
Well, the thing was the Republicans did block it. I'm pretty sure they
refused to vote on it, right?
Yeah, they just refused to do anything. They didn't even hold like a hearing. They didn't even have like the hearing to like interview the nominee. And now what the Democrats are doing with this person that Trump just nominated earlier today, is they're putting up a big fake
Amy.
Yeah, they're putting up a big fake stinky, they're just stomping they're pretending to stomp their feet. They don't give a fuck. They're like, well, we're gonna sure hope that she does the right thing and recuses herself. Why the fuck would she do that? Why would she do that? Why the fuck do you think she would do that? You know she's not going to do that. This is just what you're saying to save any kind of face to your stupid goddamn NPR tote bag crowd. Cory Booker, etc.
Hey, I like NPR.
Fuck Cory Booker. Fuck NPR. Fuck the Supreme Court. Fuck these headphones. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Yeah. Well.
This is the best part of the movie.
God damn America. I'm with Reverend Wright. This is the best part of the movie.
I
the
like
silent credits.
It's good.
Brian Cantrell, electrician / dimmer board operator. Key Greens. What is Key Greens?
I don't know.
Set medic, Corral Gonzalez. Assistant props, Haley F. Madigan. Utility sound, Rob Hidalgo. Drivers. So many drivers.
People need drivers.
Digital film colorists. I'm always shocked how many people work on movies, honestly. Especially normal movies like this that don't have tons of special effects and stuff. Why do you even need a digital color artist? Can't the fucking... I feel that should just be on the editors.
Takes a lot of people to make a movie.
I know, a bit more than I would always ever imagine. And that's the end, folks.
That's another movie. Another bad movie. Another 2 hours of me talking. Not much this time, though.
I think this one was better than Charlie Wilson's War. Still.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Or maybe it was just easier to talk over. I don't know. I'll have to go back and listen to Charlie Wilson's War. Maybe I'll watch the movie and listen to us talk about it.
Seems a bit much, but if you want to.
No, I don't.